Geometry lesson 1-16. Here we are in the unit guide 1-16. We are almost done with this unit, and then we can actually maybe switch up the way that we're doing our lesson from here on out. So we have 1-16, 17, 18, then we have a quiz, then we have a test. Each of these is a day, so we have a full day just spending on a quiz. All right, so coming back here. Review of yesterday, circumference. What is the formula that I said, star this, it has a 2 in it. What is that formula? Quiet raised hand. Oh God, only 3 people remember this from yesterday. 4 people, 5 people, 6 people. Oh man, now we got some people. Jaden.
I don't know what it is, I just raised my hand.
Aurelio.
Pi r squared.
Pi r squared like that? Thumbs up, thumbs down, agree, disagree? Uh-oh.
What? I agree. Give me the XP.
Let's come over here. Select all. Is anyone absent today? I don't think so, right? Absent. All right, y'all got 10 XP. Aurelio, you got 20 XP on top of that.
Wow.
All right, so it wasn't pi r squared. It was something else. Quiet raised hand. Sam? 2 pi r. There it is, yeah. 2 pi r. Make sure you know this. You should know it from yesterday, but that's our review of circumference. All right, let's try another example problem on circumference. You might need calculators. If you want to use your phone as a calculator, please do so. If you want to use your laptop as a calculator, you can use that as well. You will need a calculator. We are going to be approximating pi with 3.14. That's okay. You don't have to have more digits. Fun fact, even if you work for NASA, you don't need more than about 30 digits of pi to be really accurate. So the fact that Mr. Sandell knows around 70 doesn't really mean that much. But 3.14, that's all we really need. So a circle has a circumference of 69.12 units. What is the radius? We're trying to find the radius. So I'm going to set up my equation. C equals 2 pi r. If it has the word circumference, you're going to be writing down the formula for circumference. Unless you're a smarty pants and you know how to do this ahead of time, and that's fine. But for most of us, we're not quite there yet. We haven't leveled up our circumference knowledge. Circumference equals 2 pi r. What are we going to substitute and where are we going to substitute it? 2 questions. What are we substituting? And where does it get substituted into?
The R.
Ellery, go for it.
You're going to substitute 69.12 in for C because that's the circumference.
Yes, say it louder and once again.
You're going to substitute 69.12 in for C because 69.12 is the circumference.
Well said. Well said, yeah. So I'm gonna do that. 69.12 gets substituted in for C as Ellery just told us. And I'm going to rewrite the rest of the problem. 2 pi r. Let me give Ellery your XP. Boom, boom, boom. I might not have.
Did you get my XP?
You got my XP? Wow, everybody's getting 50 and I got 20. You didn't give me my homework XP?
All right, I'll do homework after the lesson. So the next step is something we've done before in the past to do a harder problem. This is an easier problem. I need to get r by itself. I need to isolate that variable. I need to solve for the radius. How? How am I going to do that? What am I going to do? Colby, talk to us.
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2. Divide by 2 on both sides. And I'm going to come back over here to the right-hand side because I ran out of room. I need to figure out what 69.12 divided by 2 is. I have my calculator here. 69.12 divided by 2 is 34.56. 34.56 is equal to pi times radius. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're so close. We almost have radius. What do I need to do to isolate that variable? Colby had the first step for us. Colby has the second step, maybe. Will someone else raise their hand? India, go for it. Divide by pi. If I divide both sides by pi, I might be talking over someone. I might be deducting HP if I can figure out who it was. I don't know if it was Jaden, even though he's laughing about it. These pi's cancel out because it's pi divided by pi. A million divided by a million is 1. 1 times r is just r. We don't know. Never mind. I'm not going to finish that thought. But we're going to divide both sides by pi. We can just use 3.14 to approximate. So on our calculators, 34.56 divided by 3.14. What do we get? 34.56 divided by 3.14. I got 11.006.
Same.
So now that I'm rounding, whenever you round, it doesn't, this is no longer an equal to sign. No longer an equal to sign. It is now an approximation sign. R is approximately 11, what? What are we going to put here? 11, Ellery?
11 units,
Units. There it is.
and it wouldn't be squared, right?
Not squared. Why is it not squared?
It's not area.
It's not area, yep. Area is squared, volume is cubed, distance, in terms of a radius, distance is just plain old in the first dimension. And I need to give you your XP before I forget. All right. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, we're on to area. Another review problem. What is the formula for area if I'm talking about a circle? Easy XP here, Beverly. Pi r squared, yeah, there it is. Pi r squared. This is the one that Aurelio gave us before. It goes in here, pi r squared. And again, you need to be thinking about pi r squared and 2 pi r when you go to bed at night, when you take a shower, when you're doing your English homework. You are always thinking of these formulas because they are always with you. They are also on the SAT if you decide to take the SAT going into a four-year college. Let's use this idea of area of a circle to do example 2, 3, and 4. All of them have the area of a circle. Okay, so example 2. I need a beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. Quiet raise hand. India, thank you.
Read it.
Yeah, read example 2 for us, please.
A circle with a radius of 6 centimeters fits inside a circle with a radius of 9 centimeters. What is the area of the shaded region to the nearest hundredth?
All right, here's hundredth. Thank you, by the way. Let me give you your XP before I forget. So nearest hundredth, how many decimal places am I rounding to? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? How many decimal places? Hold up on your fingers. Am I rounding to 1 decimal place, 2, 3, 4? What is hundredths? Hundredths is 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let me see everyone hold up some fingers. Take a guess. If everyone is guessing, everyone can get the 10 XP. Look around at your peers. Looks like everyone did vote.
Do or do not, Mr. Sindel?
That is the question. All right.
Do or do not?
What's the correct answer?
The correct answer is 2. Hundredths is 2. Tenths is 1. So put this on the side notes if you want. Hundredths. If you didn't know this, that's to 2 decimal places. Tenths is to 1 decimal place. Thousandths is 3 decimal places. Those are the only 3 that I will ever ask for. I will either tell you round to 2 decimal places, or round to tenths, or round to thousandths. All right, so we know how many we're rounding to. Round to 2. This means 2 decimal places. All right, this is the general idea of doing these types of problems. For example 2, you're going to do the big circle area, and you're going to subtract the small circle area. Write that down in your notes. It's going to be the big circle area minus the small circle area. The area that's left over is that shaded area, and it's a little bit hard to see on your notes, but it's this shaded area right here. That shaded area is represented by big circle minus small circle.
Oh.
I believe that was Jaden.
No, it wasn't.
All right, so I need to do the area of a formula 2 times. I have 2 different radius, 2 different radii, that's a plural form of radius, 2 different radii, 2 different areas.
Like cacti?
Very similar to cacti, yeah. So area is equal to pi r squared. Area is equal to pi r squared. I'm going to have 2 formulas because I have 2 circles. I need someone to tell me what to substitute in for this r and what to substitute in for this r. 2 answers for this volunteer. Anna, go for it.
Oh, no. This one is 6, and the second one is 9.
Pi 6 squared like this minus pi times 9 squared like that. All right, what do we think, class? Yeah, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Not everyone voted, so I'm not going to give the 10 XP. Maybe next time. So this is actually not quite right. It was really, really close. She got the right numbers. They're in the wrong order. Oop. All right, so someone tell me why that's wrong. Someone find the error. Help us learn. Why is the answer 9 instead of 6 here? And why is it pi times 6 here instead of 9? What was the mistake? And Anna, if you can find the mistake, that'd be better. Yeah, talk to me.
You're supposed to subtract the small one from the big one off the big one.
Well said. Yeah, can you say it one more time? That was super good.
You're supposed to subtract the small one from the big one off the big one from the small one.
Yep. All right. So there's two people that have lost HP so far in this lesson. I know who you are. I'll come talk to you in a sec. But yeah, so you're taking this large circle, subtract the small circle. Large one is 9, small one is 6 for the radius. So then I need to actually calculate what that is. You're going to shout this one out. 9 squared is 81. So this turns into area is equal to 81 times pi. 9 squared is 81, and I multiply by pi. And then I'm going to subtract. You're going to shout this one out. 6 squared is
36.
very nice. 36 pi. The way that I'm going to treat pi here is like a variable. So you don't write this down, but this is the way that I'm thinking about it. If I have 81x minus 36x, and I want to combine like terms, this simplifies down by combining the x, and I'm still going to have an x left, and I'm going to make this 81 minus 36, whatever that number is, x. Very similar to combining like terms, I'm going to combine like terms here. So it's going to be a is equal to something pi. What is 81 minus 36? Quiet raised hand. Quiet raised hand. What is 81 minus 36? How many pies do I have here? How many cherry, apple, pumpkin pies do I have here? Beverly.
45.
45. I need a thumbs up or a thumbs down for Beverly. Thumbs up, thumbs down. 2 people didn't vote. You have to vote in time.
I voted.
You did.
Okay.
You were not one of the 2 people. Yeah, 45 pi. You can get the 10 XP later. Thank you, Beverly. That was correct. Area equals 45 pi, and I'm still not done because it says I need to round to the nearest hundredth here. So this is an answer that is correct without the units. What are our units, by the way, for this problem? Quiet raised hand. Quiet raised hand. Caroline? Centimeters squared. Yeah, perfect. This would be a perfect answer. That is exactly the answer. It is equal to. But we need to find an approximation. We need to find area is approximately equal to something. So Caroline, let me give you your XP. We need to approximate pi using 3.14 calculators. Get them ready. Calculators at the ready. What is 45 times 3.14? What is 45 times 3.14? Blah, blah, blah. Ellery.
141.3.
37 centimeters squared. And notice that Ellery rounded correctly to the nearest hundredth, to the nearest 2 decimals. That is our answer.
I am so lost.
Yeah.
All right. For those of us that are lost, what step are we lost on?
Yeah.
Just keep going. I'll figure out what we're doing.
Let me run through this problem once again. Yeah, do you have a question?
Wait, I'm not ready.
Just how does 45 get to be 100?
Ah, okay, so that question. I can answer that. 45 is being multiplied by pi, but we needed to approximate to a decimal, so what we did was we said pi is approximately 3.14. This problem is now 45 times 3.14. In the place of pi, I put 3.14. I substituted 3.14, the approximation for pi, and now what is 45 times 3.14? 45 times 3.14 is 141.3, and I need more decimals, 1415, 141.37. And that's where this 37 came from. So on the problem set, they only expect you to use 3.14. So if you just put 141.3 like that, you would have gotten the answer correct. But an even more correct answer to the nearest hundredth is 0.37. Does everyone... Here, yeah, this is an important question. Everyone, can you find a pi on your calculator? If you're using your laptop, if you're using your phone, can you find the pi? For example, if I have the calculator on here, I don't see a pi here, but if I go to the other mode, there's pi. It's 3.14. Can you find a pi on your calculator? If you cannot, I'm going to come talk to you after the homework is done, but make sure you can find a pi, because I can go like this. On my calculator, I could have done 45 times, I click on this pi and I hit equals, and I get 141.37. I rounded to 2 decimal places. Make sure you can find a pi. If you can't find it, raise your hand right now. Or talk to me after class. Okay, cool, thanks. Let's do example number 3.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, we forgot to do something in the last one. What did Mr. Sindel forget to do?
You didn't box your answer.
Leo. Box your answer. There it is. And I just lost my stylus. So box my answer.
Disrespect is great.
Lagged a little bit there. Perfect. Let's go to example 3.
Don't blame the lag.
All right, for this example, very similar to the last one, I'm going to take the outside shape, the rectangle, and I'm going to subtract the inside shape, the circle. All right, the area formula for this one is just length times width, 11 times 12, and the area formula for this one is pi r squared. So I'm going to set up my formula. Area here is equal to, it's going to be length times width, or base times height. Base times height. And I'm going to subtract pi r squared. I set up this equation because it's outside the big shape minus the small shape, outside minus inside, base times height minus pi r squared. I set this up for you. What I want you to do is try it on your own. All you need to do is substitute the correct numbers in and use your calculators to find the answer. See if you can do that. And if you cannot, get help from your teammates. Let them get XP.
No.
All right, go ahead and try this. And we're back. So I gave us about 7-ish minutes. So this is going to be area is equal to 11 times 12 minus pi times 2 squared. So this turns into area is equal to 132 minus 4 pi. And then from here, you can just use your calculator. So let me see if I still have that up.
Look what's on my paper. Which way, Drew? Ooh, he drew a P.
It sounds like people are being off task. I'll take HP from you later. 132 minus 4 times pi, and I get 119, and I'm rounding to the nearest hundredth. That means 2 decimal places. 119.43 is the answer. So area is equal to 119.43 centimeters squared. Box the final answer.
I did 120. Am I wrong?
If you did 120, you are in fact wrong.
Oh,
You need to have 119.43. That is the only answer I will accept. Okay, ask questions now about example 3. Otherwise, we're going on to our final example, number 4. Ask questions now. Ask questions. And then we get out of here at 9:49. Oh, we have plenty of time.
A realistically page math.
All right, so I'm doing example 4. Some people are losing much, not much, a lot of HP. All right, so this one I'm not even going to set up for you. I'm not going to do the outside minus the inside. I want you to follow these same steps, do a shape minus a shape, set up the formulas, then plug into the formula. Have this same setup down here. These are our training wheels. If you're already fine without training wheels, you know who you are. Go ahead and do the same steps down here to solve example 4. Give it a try. I'll be walking around to try to help us out. And we're back. So this is how you should have set up the problem. You should have seen that you had an outside shape of a circle subtracting the inside shape of this rectangle. Circle area is equals to pi r squared minus base times height. The area is therefore equal to radius is going to be 12. So it's going to be pi times 12 squared. Notice that I'm keeping the same exact structure of my formula. Pi, pi, radius, radius, squared, squared, minus. Base is 3. Height is 10. I don't want to be talking over people, please. I know that you're trying to help people around you, but please whisper. Therefore, area is equal to 144 pi minus 30. Once you get to this step, just go to your calculator. 144 times pi, I don't know what that is, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to say 100, oops, that's not the right one. 144 times pi minus 30, and I get 422.389. Rounding to 2 decimal places, I should get a 9 there. 422.39. Area equals 422.39. There's about 5 people that are losing HP right now. And then don't forget our units, centimeters squared. They're just losing HP over and over again. I know who they are.
Is it an equals or an approximate?
Ah,
Rounded?
yeah, that's a teacher error.
And then you get that.
So 422.39 centimeters squared. Perfect. That should be our final answer.
I did that. I don't know why you think this. What? What is that?
Oh my god.
All right.
Wow.
Take
Are there
it.
questions-
I don't care.
are there
I got
questions
a
about-
right answer, and everybody said I was wrong.
Oh, I haven't.
Are there questions about this problem?
Jacob is-
Didn't when I said you were wrong.
If you approximated pi with 3.14 instead of using all the digits of pi, that will still be considered correct, although this is the most correct
I still
answer.
hold you to-
Are there questions about example 4? All right, we know the process. Write your summary. Check someone's summary around you, then begin on the problem set.